I have to do a bit of a self-check to make sure that I'm not got any animals attached to me after doing that. It's fun, but it's I'm beginning to sort of feel it now a bit. And oh, I can see a path now. No, I'm not too far from civilization. I wonder if they can see me if they look hard enough. Maybe not, because I'm wearing green. Let me just see how far these people are ahead. I'm pretty much on top of them. They've all got dogs, so there's no hiding from that. It looks like he's got a border collie or something like that. One of those, or is it? I don't know. Is it a sheepdog or border collie? A lovely looking dog, anyway. So I don't know where you can see that. People in the park. Yes, I'm doing my best to avoid people. It's not like I've got anything against people, but I see enough people during the week when I work. It's just nice to see, bits of trees and woods and stuff. I feel at home in a wood. Having said that, I wouldn't want to live in a wood. I'd like to live. This is like, this ground is really, it's not boggy, but it's very springy. It looks like a friendly little trail, so I'm not going to kill myself too much. I'm going to follow this down a little bit and see when it comes out. I'm very concerned that the microphone's going to drop out, but it's hanging on so far. It always makes me think of like Mirkwood, these little woody trails through the park. I think Gandalf said to the dwarves and to Bilbo Baggins, stay on the path, don't wander off. And I wonder what Tom Bombadil would have said about that. Would Tom Bombadil have sort of, I don't know, sang them a song or something to get them the magic that they need to get off the path? But in goodness we don't have those big tree-dwelling spiders like they had in Lord of the Rings. The ones that whispered to each other and came out with little rhymes and stuff. So I'm not having any of that. I've got nothing that would repel them anyway except the blue pen. But I do say the pen is mightier than the sword, so it hurts. It's weird, I can talk to myself a lot. I don't really kind of find... I think if I was with somebody I'd probably talk less. I think I've practiced at the art of like listening, and because of that you kind of realise that when you have something to say to a person in reply to what they've just said, I think I've sort of learned the art of acknowledging what they've said and letting it kind of like sit there before I kind of have my thoughts out. Not always is the case, but I'm very conscious of that when I do it, and so it's different, if I'm with somebody I wouldn't be talking to a camera. I often think about my brother up a mountain in Tanzania. I wonder if he talks to himself yet. Because if I was living in Tanzania with monkeys and wild dogs and a little fleet of cats to keep me company, I would probably, end up talking to myself. 100%. I don't even know why I am, but I'm actually absolutely loving it, because had I come the traditional route that I normally come, I would have known exactly, where to walk, where to go, where I was. But as it happens, I think I'm possibly on the route back to Keeper's Pub. But there you go. This is the first bit of what I would remotely call bog, and it's more like churned up mushy dirt at the moment, but not classically bog. There's a little route round it, so I don't really want to go up and down boggy mounds. As you can tell, that other people have thought of the same idea. So Cannock Chase, looking to get back up Cannock Chase on Easter Sunday, and we're looking to investigate an area of Cannock Chase called the Stepping Stones. And the Stepping Stones is, from what I heard and seen on videos, and read, it's an area that was known for the woodworth, which is a hairy man, which is essentially a Bigfoot type of humanoid. And I didn't know this until fairly recently, and it might just be made up. Nothing is beyond the realms of fiction these days when you go on the internet, but it might just be made up. But nevertheless, I find it very interesting, because unbeknown to whoever made this up, back in 2019, in March 2019, we were up on Cannock Chase, about 11 of us, and we heard wood knocks. We were in this area of Milford Common, stroke Stepping Stone, stroke Punch Bowl car park, but we were high on the plateau. We heard wood knocks. Then a short while later, we heard something that sounded like a huge boulder or a tree stump just being slammed into the forest floor. And it's kind of weird. If anyone has ever heard and felt something, it takes a few seconds to absorb that feeling. And yeah, we could hear this booming sound, but we could also sort of feel it. And it was coming from down where the path from the punch bowl towards that area, in the woodland bit, the woodland that's down from the punch bowl, down a hill, and between the punch bowl and the stepping stones. And yeah, that's the looks familiar, this does. Yeah, that's the area we're going. But interestingly, there was a video that suggested that there used to be a lot of sightings of a woodwose in that neck of the woods, and that the woodwose was quite prevalent. You didn't go onto that area of a chase at night, because people would be attacked, killed. Now that just could be like a fairy story to scare children, or people from travelling at night because of bandits. But there's enough reports about this kind of thing on the place without these stories to make it wonder whether there's something a supernatural throwback or something to these creatures. And what it was saying was that due to the removal of a lot of trees and the repopulation with Scotch pines, that there's not that many areas of ancient woodland left on Cannock Chase. But I was studying a map of Cannock Chase, and the one area that has a bit of ancient woodland is still this area between Punchbowl Car Park and what's such a weird branch, and the Stepping Stones. So that is my rationale for wanting to go back and explore this little area. Do you know, this is the first time actually in Sutton Park today that I've had that feeling, and I got another feeling, which is that I'm actually close. What the fuck is that? I'm actually close to the area where we had the encounter with the occultists back in the 1970s, 1979 I believe, but I don't know. I could get my meter out here. I can hear them flying in the planes as well. It's a full-on day in Sutton Park. There is no activity that has not been touched, not left alone. We're all doing stuff today. Something weird grub thing hanging from a tree. We once went up Kimber Edge in Kimber, and it's a very, very high plateau. You can see, I think you can see several, a number of different counties from there. And but the amusing thing was, we went up, I think it was on the May Bank holiday, so maybe the first May Bank holiday. So we had no day, so we went up on a Sunday, and all the trees, every single tree, had millions of these white grub sacks, like larvae, hanging from them. And yeah, we were covered in these things, and they were like little tiny caterpillars hanging from silk, and all over us, all over our bags and everything. Afterwards, there was no avoiding them. It was like a scene out of a horror film. So for anyone who doesn't like dangly grubs or dangly insects hanging from trees at night, don't go at Kimber Edge around May, because it's rampant. It's all happening. This is quite a nice little, it's almost like a little grassy bit, this is. I do hanker for like little grassy glades. I'm still trying to find that magic. This is quite soft as well. Returning to reality. I'm not. Well, I'm sort of going downhill, so I'm not entirely sure exactly where I'm heading, but I can see something that looks like a path. I'm not sure it's very light, so I'm going to get on there and see where exactly I am. I think at other times of year, like summer, proper summer, I was probably covered by animals by now. Crazy. Why am I doing this? Let's make sure there's no Bigfoots about. Nothing follow me, good. Check the microphone. Get dirt on my hand. Probably where I bashed the tree over to get past it. So I think I know maybe where I am now. I'm in familiar territory. But you know, the wonderful thing about all this is that I've travelled this far from actually encountering anyone. Oh, except until this moment. doing over there? What the fuck is he doing over there? So this is what I don't like. No, I'm not going to make any eye contact with him. So yeah, that's what I like with random people available. So my default to any nefarious activity towards me would be probably certain live streaming to Facebook or something. That's not my first. Don't appeal to me, so I'm happy to not be too worried about that. But yeah, definitely I'd say I was live streaming to Facebook. It just shows you, I mean, you have to be careful up there. It really shows you've got to be careful. Because you never know who you're going to come across. So we kind of came out where I wanted to come out. I didn't bother to do, I mean, I could have got the meter out, but, you know, it didn't feel that bad. I think historically it was probably there, it probably happened, but I don't get the vibes anymore that there's anything weird about the place. When I've been to Cannock Chase, on the other hand, when I've been out on there and walking, you'll suddenly get a really odd vibe, or you'll suddenly get a really stenchy smell of something, and you're stupid to ignore these things, regardless of what they are. And if it's a stenchy smell and I can, you know, maybe explore the roots of it, then I will look for it. But there have been times, a couple of times, where I've had the stenchy smell and I've walked towards it, and the closer I get to it, it just stops, it's gone. So whether there's a very stinky animal knocking about, I don't know about, and I suppose it's a possibility. But we're on our home journey, so this was a route I kind of came before when I took you up there the first time. I did promise to get a meter out, but to be fair, I was going to do it right then, but those guys kind of spooked me a little bit, and that kind of real life spookiness supersedes supernatural spookiness any day of the week. So yeah, I'm kind of bush now. It's I don't tend to kind of walk too crazy, too much purpose, but yeah, just one foot in front of the other. There's no point in trying to do anything that you can't do with your body when you hit a certain age. I mean, this is nice. I love this part of the park with its grasses and its gorse bushes. And then you've got its woods. You've got your rhododendrons over there. It's very much part of my childhood, and it's remained that way. There's quite a bit of a park that I was very fond of, that got burnt in 1976, and you kind of you sort of live on those memories, but it's nice to see a bit of the stuff that remains. I mean, what I could do is get my meter out when I get to the place where I was before, and maybe take 5 minutes to just kind of chill. upwards and upwards. I mean, literally upwards. So I was down and tapped it around, didn't poke my eyes out with the bushes. It's funny, you know, coming out of the woods where the ground was actually quite like a carpet, bouncy carpet. This stuff's very hard, pressed earth, and you can't feel the shockwaves in my bones. That's the thing you don't really appreciate when you're young. You have to, you know, adjust your gait in order to alleviate pain and stuff. I'm not talking because I'm massive. So I'm hoping the sound quality is a little bit better. I did review a little bit of it when I was at Blackroot, and put my earplugs in, and it didn't sound too bad. So yeah, I'm hoping that having this microphone here has done the trick. And I'm thinking maybe down the line, I don't know, have maybe a Bluetooth microphone. So save a few pennies first. But my progress is slow. Holy mackerel. I love their little weird structures up here. I'm guessing they're for insects and I don't know though. All seems a bit random. That wasn't there. I think that was there last time. So we're back where we were. Shall I get it out for 5 minutes? Why not? God, I'm knackered. Let's see if I can find it. My bag is like a labyrinth. You think something it is where it should be, and it's not. Anyway, right. Right, so I've got it on. If I go close to it, it doesn't really have too much effect on it. So if it does go off, well, I've just shown you that it's not my phone. I'm a couple of feet away from it. So I'm going to talk to the trees and stuff, I think. Hello trees, I am back again, and if you're able to show me some signs from before, when I came here a few years ago, that there's maybe spirit in the woods, then please do, because that was pretty impressive, shaking all them trees and branches and stuff. So if there are spirits here, particular to this location, and you're maybe woodland spirits, you know, just come forward and come close to the little device I have, the little box, the blue box on the tree stump. I mean, you know harm. I love the woods. I hate the cities. I hate the concrete. But I love trees. I love, bushes. I love grass. Not that kind of grass, but so if you are here and you can hear me, then yeah, it'd be great to get to know you. Or get to know that you've got a presence that's always here to protect the woods. Not from me because I'm no harm, but if there's anything else about that you want to protect the woods from, then just birds. Then yeah, come forward. I think this was actually I think this looks like it was the bit where I came out. It's crazy because going in's easy from the other direction because it's a definitive sort of like entry point. And you just kind of like head in the right direction and you kind of pop out sort of, but I can't remember exactly where I popped out because there's a few feasible exit points. But yeah, if you're with the spirits amongst these trees and you remember me, then I'm here by myself. I'm not going to cause you any harm. I just want to know that you're here, know that I wasn't imagining stuff. I'm just going to quiet for a bit, see if I can hear anything. And that, my friends, in the background is the voice of the beer meisters. Yeah, maybe that sounds a lot better than that. If there is anything you feel picked up. So I'm here now for another 2 or 3 minutes. If you want to present yourself, please do. There is nobody else about. There's no other human beings within probably 400 metres of me. There might be a few on the edge of the woods passing through. I mean, that might just be coincidence, but there's some trees picking up there. Spirits of the woods, if that's you making the breeze pick up, then please do some more. I'm not afraid. I'm happy to hear the earth and the wind. Maybe not the fire, although they were a good group. Again, if there's any spirits here with me, go towards the device, the blue box. Let me know that you're here. If you can make that box make a noise, then I really thank you for that. I'm going to give you another 2 minutes to do something, and please do not do something just after I turn the camera off, because I know you like to do that too. Just show me a sign. Shake some bushes or something. Shake some trees and bushes. Show me you're here. Right, folks, I'm pretty much going to end the video here so I can take a nice leisurely walk back, and thank you for watching. I don't think there's going to be anything going on. Wait a second, what was that? I mean, it's probably just an animal. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you get muntjac deer or something inside these bushes. It's a perfect place to actually live, get away from people. But I did just hear like a little scuffling noise in the bush, really. And now a giant plane going over. Alright, folks, thank you for watching, and I'll upload these and just tell me what you think of it. Hopefully it sounds a bit better. So, till next time, just take care of yourselves, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And, it's Easter is just around the corner, and that'll be when I'll do a proper investigation of Cannock Chase, and so hopefully I'll have some more. Hopefully there'll be something interesting going on. It's been very quiet there of recent times. It's always fun to get up there anyway. It's night time and it's got night vision. Hopefully I can get my night vision working. If not, I'll be relying on this little bad boy with a big strong torch as well. But what I intend to do actually is, I haven't told the rest of the guys yet, but the path that leads us to where the stepping stones is if you think of a massive L shape, so you got a straight run to the from the Punch Bowl car park, and then you kind of you hit, there's like a sharp left, so I think it's 90 degrees, so 9 degrees left, and that takes you up the rest of the way to the stepping stones. But a few people have reported that when people have stayed there, just on that, on the centre of the L shape, they've experienced some quite crazy stuff. You know, things have been thrown at them. So I intend to put that to the test, to see if there's any, see if anything happens. I kind of want it to, but I'm a little bit scared if it did, because it will probably be a case of me being on my own, unless somebody wants to stay with me. But I think if I'm on my own, things tend to happen, and it's not because I'm inventing them, because there's nobody around to actually pull me up about it. But yeah. So that is where we will be, and that will be on Sunday. And hopefully it will be more active than this bush behind me. I can't blame the bush, it is a Saturday. You wouldn't expect any woodland supernatural creatures to come charging out at me right now. But you never know. I'm actually filming this with my back to it. I do wonder sometimes whether things only show themselves when you don't show your eyes. We did a whole, actually before I go, we did a whole video of this. I think it's actually on YouTube. So we put a sound box out. We did a lot of different noises, wolf noises, animals in distress noises. We wanted to see if we could lure anything out. And this was the area where we heard the humping noise in the bushes down from Castle Ring, and we found a couple of huge footprints. So we turned our backs to the forest, thinking if there's anything in there and it thinks we're not looking, then at least, you know, we can maybe capture something on camera. And right now I'm not looking at where I'm and what's going on behind me, so maybe perhaps you know, you can fool whatever's there into making an appearance. Who knows? So anyway, I am going to call this little, I mean, I've still got a way to go till I get back to civilization, and goodness, I need a rest. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up for now. And like I said, I hope you've enjoyed these little videos. It's been a really great day, I have to be honest. It started in Sutton. They had some massive festival going on. I think that might have been part of a beer festival. In the park they had a beer festival. Incredible smells of food coming from Sutton. It kind of felt like I was in a different town, in a different country. And it's so wonderful on a day like this when you do get things like that going, and it's actually the weather to actually back it up. But yeah, it's been wonderful in the park, discovering that they had the pedalers there. albeit very industrial looking peddlers, but it's wonderful to see that there was a kiosk there selling food, and I hope they don't get robbed or anything like that, because that's a horrible thing to do, but that's what people are like these days. And yeah, it gave me a bit of nostalgic feeling, and it's great to be walking through the woods as well. I'm going to need a good old rest after this, actually. But yeah, it's been good all the same. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably head off into Boldmere, and do you know what? I'm going to jump on the bus the rest of the way home, I think, because I think I've kind of deserved it. I'm tramping around for a few hours in here. So, you know what? Till next time, take care of yourselves, and it'd be really nice to kind of hear your comments on this video, even if you just like the idea of being out in the woods, maybe not necessarily anything paranormal. And I don't know what direction I'm taking this channel as yet, but the paranormal stuff will always continue as long as I can get out and do something. And definitely, yeah, definitely more. There'll be a lot more kind of woodland stuff. I do like to get out. I really want to sort of discover the whole of Sutton Park systematically, because you kind of visit bits and pieces, but you don't always remember where you're at and where you've been. And it's usually there's no sort of purpose to it. So I really want to get my little foraging book out and see what the plants are that I might see by the little streams and stuff, and yeah, just really kind of get into it and just have a real chill day, and maybe talk about my philosophy of life, which I got this little dog coming. So anyway, I'm gonna call it a day there. So till next time, take care of yourself.